Well, you may not know it, but plaintiff lawyers make the world a safer place. And to help us understand one aspect of that today is Frank Tomeny from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Frank, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Mike.
You bet. Well, over the years, the many decades you've been practicing law in your state, I know that you've made a big contribution to safety for consumers, but recently you had a couple of verdicts that I know about that involved a dangerous intersection. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, we had an intersection in Addis, Louisiana, which is approximately 20 minutes from Baton Rouge, and there was an intersection where there were multiple accidents over the course of 5 years, and the reason for it was there was a new subdivision that had been developed, and the car counts that kept increasing, and you had people who were trying to go from a stop sign across 5 lanes of traffic into that was traveling at 60 to 70 miles per hour, and they were in both directions. So a red light, a traffic signal should have been placed there. The citizens of the community were complaining. The politicians were complaining. The number of accidents was improperly calculated, or they didn't keep track of it properly at the Department of Transportation and Development. So they were basing their decision not to put a red light there on faulty information that they weren't properly cataloging. So
Wow.
the problem was getting worse and worse, and ultimately in April of 2011, there was a catastrophic accident involving a lady, 50-year-old woman with one high school daughter and one college-age daughter.
Wow.
Who was killed there, and we agreed to represent her, and afterwards there was another accident in December of 2011 where 3 people were killed at the same intersection, making exactly the same maneuver with the exact same car configurations that caused the obstruction of their view.
Yeah.
And so ultimately, after we filed suit in 2012, the light was installed there and there have been no catastrophic accidents since then. So,
Wow.
From a safety standpoint, the community, it was at risk. The community was unsafe, and despite the public outcry over the problems there, our government didn't protect them, and that's why government's there. That's what our position is. Government's here to protect its citizens, whether it's a criminal case or a civil case. They're should be there and should be there to make sure that this type of situation doesn't occur. And we ended up getting a favorable verdict. Both juries found DOTD 40% at fault, and both juries awarded $2.5 million each.
What terrible accidents, and well, thank you for the work that you do in your community to keep your citizens safe in Louisiana. You're right, it should be the government's job to do that, but too often it falls on the plaintiff lawyer to actually get out there, take some risks, take on these cases to make the community safer. So thank you very much for the work that you and other plaintiff lawyers do in that regard. Thank you, Frank.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Send your questions or comments to Michael at mike@howdavidbeatsgoliath.com.